Jai Swaminarayan. Swagatam, Swagatam, Swagatam. A warm and heartfelt welcome to all of you to the Festival of Inspirations. As we walk across this complex, we see that it is a beautiful mix of culture, traditions, music, art, and ageless rituals. This celebration holds a deep and profound meaning, much like festivals did in the time of Bhagwan Swaminarayan. Back then, festivals were not merely just gatherings. Festivals brought communities together, and they fostered a sense of personal and collective growth. As we are gathered here today on this very complex, we seek to imbibe those same spirit. The Festival of Inspirations seeks to nurture virtues in each and every single one of us, paving the way for self-improvement and harmony. So let's unite hand in hand with open hearts and minds as we start on this spiritual journey together. Let's start off our assembly tonight with a very special Stuti and Dhun by our very own Seva Symphony. The Seva Symphony comprises of over 80 individuals, all spanning different ages, backgrounds, and of course, musical talents. The Seva Symphony.
गुरुना पगले हड़ी मड़ी संपीने सेवा करिए गुरुना पगले हड़ी मड़ी संपीने सेवा करिए संपीने सेवा करिए गुरु हरि ने मल गमिए संपीने सेवा करिए गुरु हरि ने मन गमिए संपीने सेवा करिए नि गमपा मपनि पनिसा धनिसा निपसा अक्षरधाम मही जे मूर्ति एज प्रगट गुरु हरि छे अक्षरधाम मही जे मूर्ति एज प्रगट गुरु हरि छे तेना संबंधे संतो भक्तो पण दिव्य दिव्य छे तेना संबंधे संतो भक्तो पण दिव्य दिव्य छे भाग्य गणी महिमा समझीने भाग्य गणी महिमा समझीने सौनी सेवा करिए गुरुना बदले हरी मड़ी संपीने सेवा करिए गुरुना बदले हरी मड़ी अक्षर सपुरुषोत्तम आव्या कृपा करी अवतारी आजे अक्षर संत स्वरूपे सेवा करता भाई सेवा 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 सेवा
अक्षर सपुरुषोत्तम आव्या कृपा करी अवतारी आजे अक्षर संत स्वरूपे सेवा करता पारी
सेवा करता भाई ये अनादि सेवक सब सेवक बनवा को हमारा ये अनादि सेवक सब सेवक बनवा को हमारा
अक्षर पुरुषोत्तम ना सेवक प्राण में धरनारा
अक्षर पुरुषोत्तम ना सेवक प्राण में धरनारा
सेवक अमे स्वामी ना सेवक अमे श्री जी ना
सेवक हमें सेवक BAPS ना सेवाए जे अमारू जीवन मंत्र में गिरनारा सेवाए जे अमारू जीवन मंत्र में गिरनारा
अक्षर पुरुषोत्तम ना सेवक प्राण में धरनारा
पुरुषोत्तम ना सेवक प्राण में धरनारा सेवक हमें स्वामी ना सेवक हमें श्री जी ना सेवक हमें सेवक BAPS ना सेवक हमें सेवक BAPS ना सेवक BAPS ना सेवक BAPS ना सेवक BAPS ना
महंत स्वामी तने अर्प्यू परकाश तने अर्प्यू परकाश
सो माथा
सौ माथा अर्पण करिए तो ये ऋण ना चुकवी शकीए
सौ माथा अर्पण करिए धरीने देहनन तो ये ऋण ना चुकवी शकीए મળ્યા ગુણાધિક સંગ
हो सौ माथा अर्पण करिए धरीने देहनंद तो ये ऋण ना चुकवी शकीए મળ્યા ગુણાતીત
સેવા અલૌકિક સેવા છે અક્ષરધામની સેવા છે અક્ષરધામની સેવા છે અક્ષરધામની સેવા સા 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 રે 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 ગા ગા મા મા પા મા પા ધા 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 રી 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 સા પા અમે સૌ સ્વામીના બાળક જીવીશું સ્વામીને માટે અમે સૌ શ્રીજીતના યુવક લડીશું શ્રીજીને માટે અમે આ યજ્ઞ આરંભો બલિદાનો અમે દઈશું અમારા અક્ષર પુરુષોત્તમ ગુણાતીત જ્ઞાનને ગાઈશું અમે આ યજ્ઞ આરંભો બલિદાનો અમે લઈશું અમારા અક્ષર પુરુષોત્તમ ગુણાતીત જ્ઞાનને ગાઈશું બોલો અક્ષરધામ મહોત્સવની અક્ષરધામ મહોત્સવની અક્ષરધામ મહોત્સવની
From our first breath to our last, we busy ourselves with all kinds of endeavors. As our journey of life unfolds, do we emerge as its hero or a spectator watching it fly by? What is the measure of a fulfilling existence? Wealth,
when we go.
talent,
Nothing that we see around us goes with us. But our Hindu Shastras say that our values and morals that we chose
celebration of virtues. A celebration of inspiration. Come, be a part of this monumental occasion. The Festival of Inspirations awaits.
What impact do the daily decisions, the ripples of these daily decisions that we make, leave in the world? Are they positive or are they negative? I want to play out a quick scenario. You're an educated youth, someone who loves to write. It comes natural to you. And God has gifted you with a golden heart. So when you see somebody struggling, you want to go and help them. And you realize that a lot of your peers were struggling with their assignments in college. So you start writing their assignments for them to help them. And then a friend comes to you and says, hey, why don't you start charging money? You're doing such a great job. We're getting A's on all of our papers. Why don't you start charging money? So you're like, hey, that's a great idea. I'm going to charge people money to write papers for them so they can submit it in their class and get an A. I'm not cheating. I'm helping them cheat. What would you do in that situation? Would you move forward with that? Would you make that choice? I said this was a hypothetical situation, but it's not. It's actually a real situation that a youth went through where he created a business where he made money helping people cheat school, specifically college. He did this until he ran into and met Mahant Swami Maharaj. When he met Mahant Swami Maharaj, he saw that he lived a life of integrity. He had a set of values that he lived by, and it made him introspect. He questioned the decisions he was making, and then he did something incredibly remarkable, something I can't forget. He made the choice to side with his values instead of money. He weighed down the option of values heavier than he did money. He ran towards his own values instead of running towards money. Why was that remarkable? At such a pivotal point in his life, he decided to choose values over money. This is remarkable because it reminds me of something that Pramukh Swami Maharaj said. There's a quote about education. He said, education with values and morality not only help you progress, but they also protect you. But education without morality or values, they ruin your future. Now, this young man does not even know that by making that small decision in that pivotal moment, he set up a future for himself to be so bright and so promising. Why? Because it was a value-based decision, something that will stay with him for the rest of his life. And it reminds me of how trees grow old. When they're younger and they face storms, what happens at the core is that it actually winds, it tightens, it becomes stronger. And then over time, what ends up happening, it grows into a massive trunk that it's so stable and so strong. That's what resilience is, isn't it? It's our ability of being able to handle difficult situations and difficult circumstances and then come out of them. But you know, resilience doesn't happen overnight. It's repeated decisions, the repeated storms that you weather and you stand strong through, that helps you develop resilience. And it definitely doesn't happen in a day. And there's a fact that every single person in this room, I hope, can agree with. Difficult times, unexpected things are going to happen to each of us at some point or another. But the thing is, when those difficult times come, we don't have to be unprepared. We can be prepared. And there's something that can prepare us, and I'm guessing you probably know at this point. They are our values. In the Mahabharata, there's a quote. It says, Dharmo rakshati rakshataha. It means a person who has a set of values, who chooses to live by those values, in turn, those values will protect that person. It's beautiful. I want you to think about something real quick. Every single person sitting here, anyone watching on the live broadcast or in the repeat. We, today, are who we are because of all of the decisions we've made in the past. We can handle the things we handle. We can't handle the things we can't handle, all because of all the decisions that we've made in our past. You know, all of us here have immigrated to this beautiful country, the United States. Us, our parents, or our grandparents had to make. How do we maintain our culture? How do we raise our kids? Do we maintain a vegetarian diet? What do we do? There were so many choices they had to make, and the results of all those choices are our lives. Wherever we are, whatever we're doing, however we've made it, it's a result of all of those small daily decisions. So I want to emphasize one thing here. Our choices make us who we are. So why not prepare for the tough times by making good, value-based decisions starting now? And I say that because this second scenario, let's play this one out. You and your husband, every single day for the last 30 plus years, have gone to work, come home, you've made a meal for him, you've ate it together, rested a little bit, and then gone upstairs. Once you get upstairs, in the bedroom, you have a daily conversation. A conversation about values. A conversation about something you've read that inspired you and your spirituality. This was a daily practice of theirs. And today was no different. You look over, your husband's sharing the story, and all of a sudden, mid-sentence, out of nowhere, completely unexpectedly, he stops breathing. He falls back into his pillow, and a father of two, a grandfather of one, and your husband for over 30 years just took his last breath in front of you. So difficult. What do you do? How do you handle a situation like this? As you can assume, this isn't a hypothetical situation. This is the mother of a close friend of mine. We didn't realize what the benefit of 2, 3, 4 decades of making value-based decisions was until she spoke at the funeral. At the funeral, she was able to, with a completely stable mind, without a tremble in her voice and a tear in her eye, was able to talk about the values and morals that her and her husband cultivated throughout their lives, tried to live by, and even imparted on their children, and she sourced her happiness and stability to them. What a time to talk about that. She was able to do that not overnight. She wasn't born resilient. Nobody is born resilient. It's the result of repeated decisions that we make day in and day out, especially at crossroads, critical moments of our life. You see, for her, resilience manifested as peace and shanti at a difficult time. Now, when we already know that problems are going to come, why do we have to get stuck? We don't. We can prepare for them. And the best way to prepare for them is by knowing our values, knowing where to go. See, over time, we want to become stronger. We want to become wiser. We don't want to become weaker because of difficulties in our life. And our values, they give us direction, and they act like a true north. You know, Hindu Dharma, that's why it says that we should only live a life with values. That's the only one that's worth living. And I want to end with a simple thought, but it's really simple. Think about this. If you make a value-based decision in a very difficult time, which makes it easier to handle, and then you repeat that process over and over and over again, that develops into resilience. It makes you stronger. It makes us able to handle all these tough situations. In the Mahabharata, there's one final quote I want to end with. Dharmanugo gacchati jiva ekaha. What do we take with us when we go? Nothing that we see around us goes with us. But our Hindu Shastras say that our values and morals that we chose to live by, that is what comes with our soul. Yes, it gives us stability in this life, but also it gives us so much more. It allows us to live a life that can inspire so many other people. Just like the boy who pulled away from doing something that was bad and made a critical decision at a critical time, we too can do the exact same thing. Just like the wife who was able to handle a very difficult situation in stride, we too can do the exact same thing. And it's because of young and old people like this, and the thousands of you sitting in this audience, that I am extremely optimistic about this world and about where we are going. Why? Because of something my late guru, Pramukh Swami Maharaj, said. The future is bright. When you think about that statement, I heard that decades ago. Right now, I see that the future is bright. It's when all of us can choose to make value-based decisions day in and day out. Not only does it make our life better, but we have the potential of touching the lives of so many people. And that's why I pray today to Bhagwan Swami Narayan and my Guru Hari, Mahant Swami Maharaj, that all of us can continue to make value-based decisions so that the ripple of these choices can form a massive tidal wave and impact the world with love, harmony, and a bunch of peace. And I hope that all of us can gain the courage day in and day out to live by a value-based, decisioned life so that way we can take this festival of inspiration and truly bring it to life. Thank you.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
Every story begins with a call. Ours begins today with a call to service.
Everybody can be great because everybody can serve. You don't have to have a college degree to serve. You don't have to make your subject and your verb agree to serve. You only need a heart full of grace. Soul generated by love.
To every individual, it asks, what can you give? Greatness isn't measured by what we have, but by what we can give. Each one of us, with a heart full of grace, has the capacity to serve. Each one of us has the potential to give more than we can take. We're all bound together by our needs and our means. We all give help, and we all need help too.
બીજાના ભલામાં આપનું ભલું છે બીજાના ઉત્કર્ષમાં આપનો જ ઉત્કર્ષ છે.
Life is a balance of give and take, and in our journey, we find the true meaning in giving is not to expect something in return, but in fulfilling a bigger purpose. The sum of our giving is greater than the parts.
It is in your hands to make of our world a better one for all.
Every hand holds the power to shape our world. Every act of service ripples out, touching lives and transforming societies. At BAPS Akshardham and in BAPS centers worldwide, service is a way of life, a spiritual discipline passed from one generation to the next. As we continue our journey through this festival of inspirations, we remember answering the call to service is not one and done. It is a lifelong commitment. Service is our duty to our home, our neighborhood, our community, our country, and our world. Our shared home calls us. Each act of service, no matter how small, is a step towards a better world, because in the end, we're all in this together.
Seva, or selfless service, stands at the core of our spiritual journey. Pramukh Swami Maharaj and Mahant Swami Maharaj have lived their lives in the service of others. While we may not have reached their level of altruism, it is imperative, it is crucial that we strive to live our lives abiding by those ideals. Nonetheless, oftentimes we limit our service, we limit our seva to those who we are directly involved with, our friends, family, and maybe our colleagues. And we oftentimes forget to extend that service to our communities, to society, to our country as a whole. To learn how to actively engage in this level of service, we looked at Pujya Chaitanya Murti Swami for guidance. Pujya Chaitanya Murti Swami was born and raised in Dallas, and he graduated from Southern Methodist University. After studying Sanskrit and Hindu scriptures in India, he taught various classes to his fellow Swamis. He now oversees the media activities in Robbinsville, New Jersey. So let's now call upon Pujya Chaitanya Murti Swami.
Shri Swami Narayan Bhagwan Jai, Akshar Purushottam Maharaj Jai, Gunatitanand Swami Maharaj Jai, Radha Krishna Devani Jai, Siyavar Ramachandra Bhagwan Jai, Umapati Shankar Bhagwan Jai, Pramukh Swami Maharaj Jai, Mahant Swami Maharaj Jai, Akshardham Mahotsav Jai. On this beautiful campus of Swaminarayan Akshardham, we're celebrating the Festival of Inspirations. It's important for us to understand the title of the festival includes the word inspirations with an S, and not just inspiration. Because this place, this Akshardham, this mandir, this sanstha, this Satpurush, this place is a source of all kinds of inspiration. Of course, in this place of worship, Akshardham will be inspired to worship God and to pray to God. Of course, we'll be inspired to introspect and live a better life. Of course, we'll learn to become better Hindus and to transmit our Hindu values to our next generation. But in this very campus, we will also learn and be inspired to live a healthier life. We'll also be inspired to become better citizens and to strengthen our family values. And so in this Festival of Inspirations, today we're celebrating a special inspiration, being inspired to serve our nation. When we first talk about serving our nation, the first picture that is conjured up in our minds are soldiers protecting our borders. Even today, as we speak, hundreds and thousands of people are protecting the borders of our nation. People in the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines. And so today, of course, we salute those brave people, those brave men and women who are protecting the borders, and they're truly serving our nation. But what about the people that are gathered here today? Because here we have chartered accountants, we have doctors and lawyers and homemakers, people of all kinds of backgrounds and careers. How can we serve the nation? But before we talk about the how, let's talk about the why. Why should we serve our nation? Today, we're reminded of something that was said in 1961, the 20th of January in Washington, D.C. On the steps of the Capitol building, the newly inaugurated President of the United States of America, John F. Kennedy, said those immortal words that we just saw in the video before us. He said that ask not what your country can do for you, but rather ask what you can do for your country. And so why should we not do something for our country? Why should we not be grateful for the country that we now live in? Because most of the people that are sitting in the audience today, most likely we immigrated from India and we now call the United States our home. So now this country has given us so many opportunities. Why not be grateful to the country that has given us our new home, freedom? It has given us business opportunities, it has given us prosperity, it has given us education and safety and a bright future for our children. Why not be grateful and serve our nation? But secondly, we should also remember that serving our nation is also the same as serving our guru. Because as Hindus, we are all familiar with the term dharma, doing our duty. And it is also our duty, our dharma, to serve and protect our nation. Because Pramukh Swami Maharaj often used to say that always help and serve the nation that you live in. That is also a form of dharma. While we're celebrating this festival of inspiration here on this ground, somewhere you'll find a young man by the name of Suraj Trivedi. You may not recognize him because he'll be serving food and volunteering to serve food in the kitchen here somewhere on the grounds. You won't recognize him, but he is a commander in the US Navy. And when he was choosing his career, he approached Pramukh Swami Maharaj to ask him what career he should take. Pramukh Swami Maharaj is the one that told him that serve your country by enlisting in the US Navy. Today, he is the commander in the US Navy. When Pramukh Swami Maharaj said the epic line, "In the joy of others lies our own," what he meant to say is serve your community, serve your neighborhood, and thereby serve the nation. It is our dharma to serve our nation. But why not serve? Because serving is in our very DNA. If I were asked what two words and verbs describe everything that this Akshardham stands for, everything that Mahant Swami Maharaj stands for, everything that this organization, this Sanstha stands for, I would say that they're very two simple words. The words worshipping and the word serving. Both worshipping and serving. Because that is the essence of BAPS, that is the essence of Akshardham. It's not just about worshipping. This place will help us become closer to God, that's for sure. This is a place of prayer, that's for sure. It helps us connect to God, that's for sure. But this place is also about serving, connecting with each other, helping the people around us. It is in the very DNA of BAPS volunteers and BAPS devotees to serve people. Here we will not just sing Sarvetra Sukhinah Santu. We will not just sing phrases from the Upanishads that say, may all be happy. In addition to singing, we'll also act to make people happier by serving those around us. It is in our DNA to serve each other. And what proof do we want more than what we see in front of us, right behind us, behind this tent in the Akshardham that is being built today? Imagine this: 12,500 citizens of the United States of America coming together to voluntarily build Akshardham, to physically make it happen. These people weren't just volunteers, because I don't think there is a word in the English dictionary that can capture the essence of what has been made and what these people have done here to build Akshardham. We can say that what has been made and what has been done is unimaginable. It is unthinkable. It is unbelievable, and it is probably also unprecedented in the history of the world. Imagine and find a construction project in the entire history of the world where thousands of people, young and old, male and female, rich and ordinary, doctors and lawyers and engineers and IT professionals coming together to voluntarily, passionately, and lovingly build something so beautiful. That is the DNA of BAPS volunteers, to help those around them. Imagine finding a construction project in the entire history of the world where youth, in the prime of their lives, gave up their summer vacations and volunteered to make something so meaningful and so generational. That is Akshardham. Find a project in the entire history of the world where thousands of people braved all forms of hardships to make something happen and to do it absolutely selflessly, without any expectations, without any rewards, without any recognition, not a single penny to be given in the voluntary work that has been done here today in building Akshardham. But what I'm here to say today is that these same volunteers that build Akshardham, that same passion is what has inspired these same volunteers to help in the community and to help serve the United States of America, to help serve the nation. These same volunteers that have come from all across the United States, whether they've come from Los Angeles, California, whether they've come from Houston, Texas, or whether they've come from New York, or Atlanta, Georgia, or even if they've come from small towns across the United States, whether it be Scranton, Pennsylvania, or Lubbock, Texas, or Augusta, Georgia. These same people that have helped build mandirs and Akshardham have also helped in their communities. These same volunteers have taken part in blood drives. Hundreds of blood drives across the country, and thousands of pints of blood have helped to save thousands and thousands of lives. Even today in this Festival of Inspiration, the goal is to collect 6,000 pints of blood to save 18,000 lives. These same volunteers that are helping to build Akshardham have been present when natural calamities have afflicted the United States, whether it be wildfires in California or tornadoes in Tennessee, or floods in Houston or hurricanes in New Orleans. These same volunteers were there to help the community, to help the country. When COVID gripped the entire world, these same volunteers were there to go door to door to meet people, to give care packages, to give food and give hot meals to people. These same volunteers helped to give financial aid, financial assistance to healthcare facilities, to give PPE to the people that needed it. These same volunteers throughout the entire country have organized over 900 walkathons, and they have walked millions and millions of steps to help their local community, to help their local hospitals, to help their local schools, to help their fire department, their police department, and to help all kinds of national causes like cancer research, diabetes research, women's health. And these same volunteers that are building Akshardham today have helped in over 470 health fairs throughout the entire country to make Americans healthy and well throughout the country. So here I'm talking about the people that have made Akshardham and make it happen. The question that we have to ask ourselves here today in this assembly is, what can we do to help the nation? And I would say that the only thing that we need to do, first of all, is to understand that we are the nation. The late President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, said it very beautifully, that a nation consists of nothing more than its people. And if the people give their effort, then the nation can fulfill its goals. So today, when we talk about serving the nation, let us first pledge to become law-abiding citizens of the United States of America. Because Pramukh Swami Maharaj always used to say, obey the laws of the country that you live in. Even Mahant Swami Maharaj, when he wrote a very spiritual scripture, Satsang Diksha, In a spiritual scripture, Mahant Swami Maharaj wrote that in whichever country you reside, make sure you follow the laws in all ways. That is how we can serve the country. But secondly, let's also serve our country by getting involved in our communities. Proactive involvement. Of course, it's not easy to get involved, but it's also right to get involved and do what is not easy. Mahatma Gandhi didn't take the easy path when he chose to serve the country India. Nelson Mandela didn't take the easy path when he chose to serve South Africa. And of course, Martin Luther King didn't take the easy path in the United States. These people chose to make a difference and do what is right, not necessarily what is easy. Let us become active members in our community. Let us choose to do civil service and choose to help in education and academics, to help in healthcare and to vote when necessary, to take part in township meetings and community volunteering. And of course, if you can't do anything else, just simply plant a tree and make the world a better place. But lastly, I'd like to say that this place stands for not just serving the nation, it stands for serving the nation selflessly. Because no service is true service when it is self-centered. Hal English, the president and CEO of Mercer Chamber of Commerce, said it very beautifully when he came here. He said of a very beautiful proverb, he said that those who plant a tree and know that they're never going to sit under the shade, those are the people that understand the meaning of life. And that's what this place embodies. To do service, but do it selflessly, that is the meaning of the Gita's verse that says, Karmani eva adhikaraste, ma phaleshu kadachana. So in conclusion, I'd like to remember something that has been proposed by Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor, when he wrote a book called Man's Search of Meaning. He proposed a very interesting concept as just as we have the Statue of Liberty of the East Coast of America, which represents the very epitome, the very symbol of the United States of America, liberty. He proposed another statue of the West Coast of America, and he said, let us call it the Statue of Responsibility. Because he said that responsibility is the price of liberty. Freedom without responsibility is chaos. And America is the land of the free because it is the land of responsible people. Let us serve our world, let us serve our community, let us serve our families, and thereby serve our world. Service is built into each and every stone of Akshardham, and it is the very foundation of Akshardham, and it is the very vision of His Holiness Pramukh Swami Maharaj and Mahant Swami Maharaj. Thank you very much.
The Festival of Inspirations offers all of us an opportunity to participate in a truly spiritual and ageless ritual, the Vedic mahayagnas, which will span 3 months and will take place on this very campus. In the forthcoming video, we will hear from Mahant Swami Maharaj, who will share the essence and spirit of the Vedic mahayagna.
ઘણા સમયથી અક્ષરધામ મહોત્સવ થશે એવી વાતો સંભળાતી હતી, એની ઈચ્છા પણ હતી અને મહોત્સવ નજીક આવી ગયો તો એવું હતું કે સ્વામીશ્રી જે કંઈ આયોજન કર્યું છે એ બધા આયોજનમાં આપણે ભળવું છે, મારે અને મારા પરિવાર સાથે. અને એમાં આજે યજ્ઞનું આયોજન થયું એ તો એટલું અદ્ભુત કે હવે આ યજ્ઞ મારે મારા બાળકોને બતાવ્યું તો આ દેશમાં તો ક્યાંથી બતાવો. અને બીજું કે અક્ષરધામ મહોત્સવ ઉપક્રમે યજ્ઞ છે, અને ત્રીજું કે સ્વામીશ્રીની પ્રત્યેક ઉપસ્થિતિમાં યજ્ઞ થાય છે. એટલે આ યજ્ઞમાં તો કોઈ પણ ભોગે જોડાવવું જ જોઈએ. અને જ્યારે યજ્ઞમાં બેઠા અત્યારે દિવ્ય અનુભવ થયો છે, ખૂબ આનંદ થયો છે કે યજ્ઞમાં અમે જોડાયા.
This reminded me when our parents used to take us to yagnas when we were younger, and today we had the chance to bring our kids to participate in the yagna as well. And by bringing them to the yagna, they were able to learn about our Hindu tradition of what the yagna is about, how to participate in yagna, what to do in a yagna. Also, they had a lot of fun doing it. But most of all, they got attached to what Akshardham is about. It's not only about building Akshardham, but how Akshardham is building kids from a young age and putting the sanskars in them, putting the cultures in them, and putting moral values in them.
અને જે બધા વોલેન્ટિયર્સ હતા એ વોલેન્ટિયર્સ બહુ પ્રોએક્ટિવલી દરેક વિધિમાં અમને બહુ સારી રીતે હેલ્પ કરતા હતા, બહુ સારી રીતે સમજાવતા હતા, અને કોઈ પણ વિધિ મિસ ના થાય અમારાથી કે આગળ પાછળ ના થાય એનું એ લોકો બહુ સારી રીતે ધ્યાન રાખ્યું. તો આ જે આયોજન છે એની વ્યવસ્થા ને બધું બહુ જ સરસ હતું.
Also feel spiritual vibrations and the vibrations of peace from everyone around you who must have felt the same feelings as we felt whilst doing the yajna together as a family, as a one world family for world peace.
વોલેન્ટિયરની વાત કરીએ તો રજિસ્ટ્રેશનથી માંડીને છેક યજ્ઞ પત્તા સુધી જે અમને સગવડ આપી છે વોલેન્ટિયર્સે. મારે 2.5 વર્ષનું બાળક છે અને અમે ત્રણેય સાથે બેઠા હતા. યુઝ્યુઅલી ડીશમાં 2 નાડા છડી હોય, અને જ્યારે કંકણ બંધન આવ્યું ત્યારે મારા મનમાં એવો વિચાર થયો કે કંકણ બંધન એટલે એક રક્ષા કવચ છે, તો એ મારા બાળકને બાંધું. અને આ સૌ પ્રથમવાર એનો યજ્ઞ હતો વિશ્વ શાંતિ. તો સામેથી જે સ્વયંસેવક હતા એ સામેથી આવ્યા અને નાડા છડી આપી, તો એ મારો જે સંકલ્પ હતો એ પૂર્ણ થયો.
You feel a sense of peace and shanti.
I think that we're so lucky that whether it be in London, Paris or North America, that Mount Sami Maharaj has inspired millions of us to participate together in yagnas, so we can instill traditions that will ever last through generations to come.
If we wouldn't have taken a part in this yagna, I'm sure we would have missed 50% of the experience while being in this mahotsav.
It's definitely not to be missed. I think we should take part in a lot of Mahapujas, but this is so much different and it's so divine. You get connected to Akshardham, you get connected to everyone around you, and it's something that if you're here, you have to take part in it to understand our traditions.
આ યજ્ઞમાં બેસવાથી પહેલાં તો મનમાં ખૂબ જ શાંતિ મળી, જે શાંતિનો અનુભવ આઈ થિંક ઘણા વર્ષો બાદ મને થઈ રહ્યો છે કે આવું અદ્ભુત વાતાવરણ, આવા બધા દિવ્ય ભક્તોની સાથે બેસીને યજ્ઞનો લાભ મળ્યો.
We have been discussing the civic value of serving our nation and society. As we continue in today's program, let's take a look at the journey of one family to understanding how better to serve our society and being a better citizen of the world.
Hi everyone, I'm Yash, and this is a little introduction for all of you. I'm an only child living with my parents and grandmother in Queens. I'm going to Boston University next year. This is my dad, Ashwin. He's a character. When he's not running his gas stations in New York, he's on the cricket pitch, playing the sport he loves the most with his friends. This man has never picked up a call in his life. But heaven forbid you miss his call or don't respond to his text within 20 seconds. I'm just kidding. He's genuinely a cool guy and has been through so much to provide for our family and set up our life in America. He does everything for us and with us. Our whole family is really grateful to him. My mom, Jaitali, is just incredible, and I have learned everything from her. whether it be my native language, Gujarati, or reading or math. She happens to be a special education teacher, and I am just so inspired by her work and dedication. She really makes a difference every day for people that need it the most. My Shardaba, my grandma, is the sweetest human being. She genuinely cares for others. She makes meals for all the Indian students that go to nearby schools so they get a taste of home. And whenever there's a project through our community, like a health fair, walkathon, blood drives, or community events, she's the first person to sign up. And then there's me, your typical Indian American high school student. My life revolves around school, family, and mandir. That's our place of worship. I'm a Hindu that practices the Swaminarayan faith. And last but not the least, I am going to volunteer at your summer education camp, where you'll get to spend time with me, learning English and math, getting summer homework help, and doing standardized test prep. It's not exactly rocket science.
Yes, you should become a rocket scientist.
Dad, I'm recording a video for the summer education camp orientation. I'm making a sample video for the kids to record their introductions so we can share them before they arrive.
Summer education camp? અલે આ બધું ક્યાં કરવાની જરૂર છે?
Because I'm leading the education programs this year. We talked about this. These are all under-resourced kids that need some extra support. And I'm already in college. કંઈ ખોવાનું નથી.
પણ rocket science is a great career path. અલે વિચારજે એકવાર.
Okay, please go now.
Yes, X rockets. Yasla self-driving cars. I can't wait to drive a Yasla gadi.
Okay, cut. Dad, she's not going to drop it.
તારા સાદાબા ક્યાંના આદુ ખાઈને મંડ્યા છે.
Look, you and I both know how intense she gets about this.
સારું, તો બોલ શું કામ છે?
Ba wants to create a BAPS charities account.
ઓ હા, એ તો કરવાનું જ ને. આપણે મંદિરમાં બધાને ઇન્સ્ટ્રક્શન આપી હતી ને.
But she needs an email address to make an account.
તો બનાવી દે ને. ba@gmail.com.
It's not called Gmail, it's Gmail.
જે હોય તે બનાવી દે ને.
Yeah, but she also needs us to donate.
એક મિનિટ ઊભો રહે. 1, 5, 10.
No, $50.
એ ભાઈ, ઇન્ફ્લેશન એટલું બધું પણ નથી વધી ગયું.
Each.
50 times 3?
No, 4. Her too. $200.
અલ્યા આટલા બધા $200 કેમ?
Momentum. She wants to make sure people know that other people are also donating.
And we are the other people?
Yes, Dad. You're forgetting. Ba raised $1,200 for Suzanne G. Komen Breast Cancer Foundation last year. She knows how to convince people to give for a good cause. She's going to match our donation 10 times over and hit her $2,000 goal. Just watch.
જો બેટા, આ વર્ષે તો લાભાર્થીમાં આપણું લોકલ ફાયર ડિપાર્ટમેન્ટ છે. તેમને તો ફેડરલમાંથી, સ્ટેટમાંથી અને લોકલમાંથી કેટલું ફંડિંગ આવતું હોય છે. અને મારા ટેક્સમાંથી પણ. હું 2,000 કરતાં વધારે ટેક્સ ભરું છું. જો, બાને આ વખતે થોડો ઉત્સાહ વધારે છે. પણ સાચું કહી દઉં, જો એકાઉન્ટ બનાવું તો બનાય, ફક્ત $50 જ આપીશ.
Dad, Ba wants a ride to Mandir. There's a walkathon launch meeting. She wants you to join her. She said, Ashwin mane lai jase.
We are so grateful to all of you for your support this year to fund the efforts of the fire department. You all are a pillar of service in our community, and your support means the world to my guys at the station. I've been a firefighter for the last 25 years, and the level of warmth, kindness, and care that BAPS community has shown us, it's really beyond compare. Thank you all, and Jai Swaminarayan. Mr. Patel, hey sir, great to see you.
Hey Dave, what's up, brother? How have you been?
Great, just doing great, buddy. It's been a while. We have a new lieutenant doing property inspections, so I don't get to your gas station as much. But I figured you come to this temple. You know, the BAPS community outreach leaders are just phenomenal and have worked with us every step of the way.
Oh, it's BAPS.
Right. BAPS.
Yes, we work very closely with them. I am on the network admin team here, and we spend a lot of time with the community outreach and public relation teams.
Oh, wow. That's great. A friend of yours was talking to me about how much you all do for the community. He said you spend a great amount of time volunteering at this temple and that you're often staying late just to make sure that this temple can engage with its community. He even mentioned you all take turns weekly to wash dishes after everyone eats and cleans the whole temple. That just sounds great. I guess you know Bharat, Jamin, and other guys then. They brought our entire staff a bunch of care packages during the pandemic, and we couldn't get enough of it. And now, every Diwali, they come with snacks and sweets. Genuinely good guys. And I shouldn't be surprised you're a part of this community.
Oh, yes. I am very lucky to be part of this Mandir community and to help out whatever I can. It's also nice to support the wider community when possible as well. My son also loves this type of stuff.
It's amazing that your son is just as involved as you are. You taught him well. You know, everyone assumes we're fully funded by taxpayer dollars. But there are so many gaps, budget delays, and just red tape. Fires continue to rage on. Fires, carbon monoxide, gas explosions, car accidents. They just don't care whether there's funding or not. And especially after these heat waves that have been just pounding us, we need more organizations like BAPS and more Ashwin Patels to stand up for fire safety. You literally save lives, ours and the communities.
મને ખબર નહોતી કે એમને અમારી જરૂર છે, એ મારી જરૂર છે. અરે મને તો એમ હતું કે બીજા લોકોના પ્રશ્નો અને બીજાની જવાબદારી છે. એ સરકાર બધાને પૈસા આપે જ છે ને. મને એમ કે આ ફાયર ડિપાર્ટમેન્ટ જોડે બહુ પૈસા હશે. પણ આ દેવ તો મારો ફ્રેન્ડ છે. મને થોડું ડિસઅપોઇન્ટમેન્ટ થાય છે. મને થોડી નિરાશા થાય છે. મને ખબર નહીં કે આ લોકોને મારા સપોર્ટની જરૂર છે. પણ હું બધાને કેવી રીતે સપોર્ટ કરી શકું જ્યારે બધાને એક જ વસ્તુ જોઈતી હોય છે, સમય કાં તો પૈસા. બંનેની સખત ખેંચ અને એક પણ વધારે આપી શકાય એમ નથી. એ મારે આખો દિવસ કેટલી મહેનત કરવાની, અરે ખાવાનો પણ સમય નથી મળતો, અને મંદિરમાં પણ સેવા આપું છું. હવે આ યશ કોલેજમાં જશે, એની ફી ભરવાની આવશે, એટલે બિઝનેસમાં વધારે સમય આપવો પડશે. અને આ 2 મહિના વોકેશન માટે સતત ફંડિંગ કરવાનું. હું જે અત્યારે કરું છું કંઈ ઓછું છે? એ બસ મૂકો હવે. કેટલા વાગ્યા? આ મીટિંગમાં જવું પડશે. આ 4 મિસ કોલ, આ 4 મિસ કોલ કોના છે? ઓ મહંત સ્વામી મહારાજ, આ તો બહુ મોટી ખોટ ગઈ. હું વારે ઘડીએ ફોન નથી ઉપાડતો ને, આજે તો બહુ મોટી ખોટ ગઈ. આ કોણ વારે ઘડીએ ફેસ ટાઈમ કર્યા કરે છે? એ અશ્વિન બોલું છું, તમે કોણ છો?
pleasure that I introduce a dedicated leader and the driving force behind the Township of Robbinsville's progress and prosperity, Mayor David Freed. I would like to request Puja Anand Swarup Swami to welcome Mayor Freed to our assembly with a garland of flowers. Serving his 5th term as mayor, Mayor Freed has consistently demonstrated his commitment to enhancing the lives of the residents within the community. Under Mayor Freed's leadership, Robbinsville Township has experienced 9 consecutive years of either flat or reduced municipal taxes. Mayor Freed's strategic approach to economic development, shared services, and efficient government has led to the emergence of Fortune 500 companies in Robbinsville, such as Amazon and Starbucks, contributing to revenue and growth. Mayor Freed's dedication to the people extends beyond economics. He has taken initiatives to preserve open space, enhancing the quality of life and fostering community service. His landmark Pay It Forward initiative has raised significant funds for those in need. Additionally, his efforts to address the opioid epidemic through the Robbinsville Care program reflects his commitment to ensuring safety and health of the community. Beyond his public service, Mayor Freed is a successful entrepreneur, driving business growth and success in his role as CEO of Robbinsville-based Payday Payroll. His achievements in both public and private sectors exemplify his dedication to creating positive change and prosperity. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our very own Mayor David Freed. I'd like to take a moment to honor and appreciate our local police force who have taken the time to grace our assembly today, and without whom we would not be able to execute this festival. I would like to request Puja Swamis to welcome these distinguished local police officers and first responders to our assembly this evening. These dedicated individuals work tirelessly to keep our community safe, showing unwavering courage, integrity, and selflessness. They are not only our protectors, but they are also active participants in building strong communities and community relationships. Let us all put our hands together for a round of applause to show our gratitude for their service and recognize their commitment in helping to protect and serve by giving a warm round of applause. Please join me in welcoming our distinguished guest, Chief Michael Pulaski. With a career spanning nearly 3 decades, Chief Pulaski has made significant contributions to law enforcement. Throughout his career, Chief Pulaski has demonstrated exemplary leadership serving as patrol sergeant, leadership serving as patrol lieutenant, and administrative lieutenant. His commitment to community safety extends beyond his role. He also assumed responsibility as Deputy OEM Coordinator from 2009 to 2016, and subsequently as OEM Coordinator from 2016 to 2022. Chief Pulaski's unwavering dedication to law enforcement and his community shines as a testament to his accomplishments and service. Also, amongst our distinguished guests here on the stage, please join me in welcoming Robert Garofalo, Chief of Police in West Windsor Township of New Jersey. With a career spanning over 3 decades, Chief Garofalo has been a pivotal figure in modernizing the police department and ensuring the community's safety. Chief Garofalo has served as lieutenant in both administrative and detective divisions. He played a vital role in bringing the department into the digital age, leading efforts to implement advanced technology, including the development of the 911 system and computer forensics. Chief Garofalo's dedication to service, innovation, and community well-being truly reflects his commitment to ensuring a safer and more connected West Windsor. Please join me in giving a warm round of applause to Chief Garofalo, as well as all the distinguished first responders and police officers present here in our assembly and on the stage. On behalf of BAPS Charities, we would like to present a check to the Rapid Response Partnership of Mercer County. The Rapid Response Partnership of Mercer County is a county-wide task force that is designated to organize and respond to incidences of high complexity. Also amongst our audience here today, as well as on the stage, is distinguished guest Sergeant Scott Civic of the Robbinsville Police Department, who is an integral member of the Specialized Canine Unit Force, and he is a great friend of BAPS. At this time, it is my great honor to welcome Sergeant Scott Civic to the stage to address the assembly with his thoughts.
Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you. It's about the right size for me right here. We're good. As we enter the gates here, we enter a community of absolute beautiful, beautiful spirit. And as I would say, actually I'm going to rephrase it. As you would say, I believe you call it sada das, your ability to always serve. This check today is a gift to us of you guys helping us, helping you. We appreciate this on a whole nother level. Meeting your culture, there is not much different than you have. I've noticed we have doctors directing traffic, cleaning dishes. We have engineers driving trucks. There is no ego in this campus. You serve, and everybody here is a stakeholder. It is God's will that we met you and understand your culture now. Or I believe we also call it Bagua I Nichu, right? So I'd like to take this time and thank you for helping us help you and presenting us with this check for the Rapid Response Partnership on behalf of all of the county, Robbinsville Township Police Department, our township administration. Thank you very much.
Sergeant Scott Civic, not only have you been a friend for BAPS, but those kind words from the heart truly resonate with our audience and our guests here today. We thank you for that. We would also like to recognize the Secretary for the Mayor, Jody Stevens, who is also present here amongst our assembly. We'd also like to recognize Communications Director John Nalbone, who is also present here tonight as well. We are honored to recognize Carla Pollock, the dedicated administrator of the 200 Club of Mercer County. The 200 Club of Mercer County is an association dedicated to providing financial assistance to the families of our public safety and rescue personnel who have lost their lives in the line of duty. Through their tireless efforts, Carla plays a crucial role in supporting the club's mission and contributions to our community. Let us give a warm round of applause for Carla Pollock and her valuable contributions to the 200 Club of Mercer County. We would also like to welcome Scott McCormick, 200 Club trustee and Hamilton firefighter. We'd also like to welcome Robert Lambert, 200 Club trustee and owner of Lambert Realty. On behalf of BAPS Charities, we would like to present a check to the 200 Club of Mercer County. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to our next guest, Assemblyman Robert Karabinchek. I'd like to request Puja Anand Swarup Swami to welcome him to our program with a garland of flowers. Serving as chair of the Assembly Special Committee on Infrastructure and Natural Resources and member of the Assembly Commerce and Economic Development Committee, as well as the Economic Development Committee, as well as the Assembly Telecommunications and Utilities Committee, Mr. Karabinchek has shown dedication to fostering growth and development. With his background as the former Edison Township Council President and his commitment to community enhancements, it is truly commendable. Notably, Assemblyman Karabinchek has been a strong advocate for BAPS and its initiatives. His support for the construction of the new BAPS Mandir in Edison and his visits to the BAPS Mandir here in Robbinsville reflect his dedication to culture and religious institutions. Additionally, as the owner of the construction firm, as an owner of a construction firm, his expertise has contributed significantly to the success of these projects. Let us extend our gratitude for his service and collaboration. Gracing our assembly today, please join me in welcoming a distinguished urologic oncologist with over 40 years of experience at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, Dr. Pramod Sogani. I would like to request Puja Anand Swarup Swami to welcome him with a garland of flowers. As president of the American Urological Association and recipient of prestigious awards, his expertise and compassion have transformed the lives of countless patients. Dr. Sogani, we thank you for joining our assembly here this evening. Please join me in welcoming our next guest, Upendra Shivakula, to the stage. I would like to request Sadhguru Puja Ishwar Charan Swami to welcome him with a garland of flowers. We would also like to welcome Mr. Shivakula's wife, Miss Daisy Shivakula, who will be welcomed by our women's leadership team. Currently a commissioner of the New Jersey Board of Public Utilities, he has an impressive history of public service, serving over 15 years as New Jersey Assemblyman. He became the first Indian American to hold this position in the state. He also serves as Deputy Speaker for the New Jersey Assembly. Beyond politics, Mr. Shivakula is dedicated to various religious and nonprofit organizations, including Sai Dutt Pitham in Edison, New Jersey. His strong support for BAPS, attendance at key events, and interactions with spiritual leaders demonstrates his deep connection and value, and we thank him for being here with us this evening. Also joining us in our audience this evening is a renowned thoracic surgeon at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, Dr. Manjit Singh Bains. I would like to request Sadhguru Puja Ishwar Charan Swami to welcome Dr. Bains with a garland of flowers. Also present in our assembly, we would like to welcome Dr. Bains' wife, Darshan Paul, who will be welcomed by our women's leadership team. An eminent professor of surgery at Cornell University Medical College, Dr. Bains has passionately trained oncologic and thoracic surgeons in both the United States and India. He has developed pioneering techniques in the operative treatment of cancer and is globally sought after for challenging cases. With over 150 publications and an esteemed speaker at numerous conferences, Dr. Bains was awarded Physician of the Year by API for his exceptional contributions to the medical community and society at large. Dr. Bains, we thank you for joining our program this evening. Please join me in recognizing our next guest, CIO of Global Business Solutions and Fiserv Incorporated, Mr. Chris Augustine. We also have the honor of welcoming Mr. Augustine's wife to our assembly this evening, Ms. Suzanne Augustine. Mr. Augustine has previously held CIO positions at other prestigious companies such as Merrill Lynch and Citigroup, and continues to be the forefront of financial technology and innovation. And we thank you for joining our celebrations this evening. I have the pleasure of introducing Mr. Vijay Srivastav, Vice President of Product Delivery at Fiserv Incorporated. Mr. Srivastav is a technology leader with 20 plus years of international experience across United States, EU, and India, with expertise in digital payments and e-commerce. Mr. Vijay Srivastav, we welcome you to our assembly here this evening. Amongst our audience today, I would like to recognize internationally renowned pathologist, Dr. Bakul Dalal. We would also like to welcome to our festival this evening his wife, Miss Nita Dalal, who will be honored by our women's leadership team. As a mentor to many with over 75 breakthrough research publications, Mr. Dalal is one of Canada's eminent experts on blood cancer. Thank you, Mr. Dalal, for your commitment to patient care and gracing our assembly this evening. I have the pleasure of introducing Mr. Anish Modi, Mr. Ashish Modi, Managing Director at Nuveen. With over 20 years of experience in the financial and technology sector, Mr. Ashish Modi was also Vice President at Goldman Sachs. His expertise and strategic insights have significantly contributed to the industry's growth and innovation. Mr. Modi, we thank you for joining our program this evening. To give a standing ovation to all the first responders, police officers, and agency officials that have been present here, that are present here in our assembly this evening. They have taken the time out of their busy schedule to join us here, and we thank you. We thank all of you for your hard work, your dedication to the community, and your service to the community and the public at large. At this time, it is my honor to request Dr. Manjit Singh Bains to our podium to address the audience this evening.
Thank you very much. Shri Mahant Swami Maharaj Ji, my friend Mayur Bhai, I am deeply honored and humbled by this opportunity to come here, be honored, and speak to you. The visit today was beyond my expectations. It is such a beautiful place for, from the architectural standpoint, but more than that, for what it stands for, what it does. It's amazing that amount of education into service, into devotion, achieving spiritual peace. It's really overwhelming, and I'm very, very honored to see that. And I'm also very impressed by incorporating the local community, the first responders, the community leaders into it. But most important is what it stands for, what we are achieving, educating the young people for mutual respect, responsibility, and the spirit of giving, which is so important in this day and age. And I think by the education, we probably can help young people who are getting into violence, into drugs, get them away from those problems and become very responsible citizens. More than that, thank you very much again. Thank you.
Dr. Manjit Singh Bains, we thank you for those beautiful words and addressing our audience here this evening. I would now like to request Dr. Pramod Sogani to share his thoughts and sentiments with our assembly here today.
Dear friends, respected His Holiness Swami Mahant Prasad Ji, respected distinguished Sadhu Ji, and friends, Jai Swami Narayan. I didn't hear her. Jai Swami Narayan. Thank you very much, Mayur Bhai and the organizing committee, for giving me a kind invitation to visit this beautiful Akshardham. I had heard about it, but I never got a chance to come here. When I came here, I got a tour of the facilities. It's very spiritual, it's very enchanting. The words cannot describe the beauty of this place. In the next 2 or 3 minutes, I would like to share some of the milestones in my professional journey which inspired me to become a urological oncologist and which will inspire many people who are present in the audience of all the ages, all the diversity, men and women, that what His Holiness Pramukh Swami Maharaj once said, in the joy of others lie of our own, in the progress of others rest our own. And this work will continue with the help of you all volunteers who are so much dedicated and devoting so much time in bringing the Ashtardham, and I want to applaud you all for that. And finally, I would like to finish this with a quotation from Mahatma Gandhi. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you are to live forever. Thank you very much, and Jai Swami Narayan.
And your dedication to enhancing patient lives and outcomes. It is my honor now to request Robert Karabinchek to address the audience to share his sentiments.
Hello, everyone. I'm State Assemblyman Rob Karabinchak, and I'm absolutely honored to be with you here today at the Ashadam. I had the honor to be here in 2018 to tour the facility and watch it as the foundation was being built for the temple. I had the honor to be here today and take the tour and see the magnificent work and the volunteers, millions of hours that have come to be what we see here today. In my life, I've had the opportunity for over 20 years ago to meet and be able to be a part of the BAPS community in Edison, New Jersey. I have cultivated hundreds, if not thousands, of friends who have taught me the religion, the patience, and how to be good with each other. That's our life journey together. We make each other better as one. All I know is that my life has been better with meeting the BAPS community and everyone here. And as a spokesperson in Trenton, as some of my friends that are sitting up here today know, that I am 110% to move whatever we have to do together as a community to make it better for everyone. With that being said, thank you so much. Have a great day, night, and celebration. And I'm always here for you. My number's on the website. You could get me anytime if you need anything from me. Anytime. Thank you and enjoy. God bless.
Assemblyman Karabinchek, your beautiful words have truly profoundly resonated with our audience here today, and we thank you for your dedicated service to our community. At this time, it is my honor to recognize Mark Chiarello, Executive Director of JP Morgan, to our assembly here this evening. Mark Chiarello is an accomplished HR professional with a strong focus on recruitment and talent acquisition with 20+ years of successful hands-on experience and executive management. We would also like to welcome to our assembly here this evening Mark Chiarello's wife, Brogan Chiarello, who will be honored and welcomed by our women's leadership team. Mark has refined skills to drive business growth, capitalize on new revenue potential, and successfully negotiate with any level of management, recognized by peers as a leader with innovative and creative ideas that produce results. We welcome you here to our assembly this evening. I would next like to request Justin Coqueliffe to be welcomed to our assembly here this evening. Mr. Coqueliffe is a technology innovator, collaborator, and strategizes to build market-leading digital products and services which disrupt inefficiencies, create new businesses and revenue models, combining the best of startup culture with operating at a scale. We welcome you here this evening, along with your wife, Stephanie Coqueliffe, who will be honored by our women's leadership team. શ્રી સ્વામિનારાયણ ભગવાનની, અક્ષર પુરુષોત્તમ મહારાજની, ગુણાતીતાનંદ સ્વામી મહારાજની, ભગતજી મહારાજની, શાસ્ત્રીજી મહારાજની, યોગીજી મહારાજની, પ્રમુખ સ્વામી મહારાજની, મહંત સ્વામી મહારાજની, અક્ષરધામ મહોત્સવની, અક્ષરધામ મહોત્સવની, અક્ષરધામ મહોત્સવની. Once again, I would like to welcome to our assembly Mark Chiarello, Executive Director at JP Morgan. I'd also like to welcome Justin Cocliffe. And lastly, I would like to welcome Mr. Matt Hawley, Assistant Vice President, FICC Emerging Markets, LATAM Credit and Client Solutions. Also amongst our audience, we'd like to recognize and welcome Mr. Hawley's wife, Miss Mary Hawley, who will be welcomed by our women's leadership team this evening.
Now that Swami Shri has lovingly arrived in our sabha, we will now join Swami Shri in the ritual of arti.
स्वामीनारायण भगवान की जय। अक्षर पुरुषोत्तम महाराज की जय। गुणातीतानंद स्वामी महाराज की जय। भगत जी महाराज की जय। शास्त्री जी महाराज की जय। योगी जी महाराज की जय। प्रमुख स्वामी महाराज की जय। महंत स्वामी महाराज की जय। अक्षरधाम महोत्सव की जय।
It is my distinct pleasure to introduce the Chief Information Officer at GRC World Forums, Mr. Umashankar Nishtala. With a strong track record in global team leadership, innovation, and strategic thinking, Mr. Nishtala has made significant strides in driving digital innovation in fintech, health tech, and ed tech. Mr. Nishtala, we thank you for joining us here this evening. Please join me in recognizing CIO of Global Business Solutions at Fiserv Incorporated, Mr. Chris Augustine. We are also honored to welcome his wife to our assembly this evening, Ms. Suzanne Augustine. Mr. Augustine has previously held CIO positions at other prestigious companies such as Merrill Lynch and Citigroup, and continues to be the forefront of financial technology and innovation. We thank him for joining our assembly and our celebrations here this evening. I am deeply honored to introduce the Chief Operating Officer at Fiserv Incorporated, Mr. Guy Chiarello. I would like to request Sadhguru Puja Ishwarcharan Swami to welcome him to our assembly with a garland of flowers. It is my pleasure to also recognize and welcome Denise Chiarello, Mr. Chiarello's wife, to our assembly, who will be honored and welcomed by our women's leadership team. Mr. Chiarello's role is instrumental in enhancing client experiences and driving future growth. With deep expertise, he aligns technology strategy and operations, collaborating with business leaders to pioneer Fiserv's next-gen solutions, impacting global finance and technology. As a visionary leader, Mr. Chiarello's impact extends beyond corporate excellence. His philanthropic commitment is exemplified through board memberships in organizations such as Capital Health and nonprofits such as NYSCI and NPower. He has received honors such as Humanitarian of the Year and induction into the Italian-American National Hall of Fame. Mr. Chiarello's journey stands as a testament to innovation, leadership, and profound dedication to shaping positive change across industries and communities. Mr. Chiarello, we thank you for joining the festival. We'd also like to request you to address the audience here today with your thoughts and remarks.
Jai Swami Narayan. First and foremost, I would like to thank His Holiness for the time that we got to spend together and for the invitation to this wonder of the world. The congregation here is amazing. I had the benefit
of growing up in Robbinsville, New Jersey, only down the street. I got to see our mayor today and our public officials and those that work in the fire and police departments. I'd like to thank them tirelessly for the work that they do for us every day in this community. You know, as a native of New Jersey, I've watched from afar what's happened here in this community. And I've watched the community of Robbinsville and Mercer County change as part of the Board of Health, of Capitol Health, but also as someone who lives in this community. And, you know, in my life, people have asked me, when you see things of beauty and grandeur like I've seen today, how do you feel? And today I honestly would say to all of you that a breath that you take in your life, it's the number of times your breath is taken away. And that's how I feel being here tonight and seeing what you have all accomplished. I have the privilege of helping lead Fiserv, which is a global company, who, by the way, employs 15,000 Indian professionals around the world. Families together, celebrating. I see children believing in the mission. And most importantly, I see volunteers who have given their career and their passion to contribute to this vision of grandeur and this hope that's there for all of the Hindus around the world. So thank you for this invitation today. I am honored to be here. I continue to root for all of you, and I respect all that you have accomplished here. Good luck, congratulations, and thank you again for me being here.
Mr. Chiarello, we are truly honored to have you join us here in our Festival of Inspiration celebrations and share your beautiful words here with our assembly this evening. And we'd like to thank all of our invited guests, first responders, police officers, service members, township officials who have taken the time out of their busy schedule to join us here in our Festival of Inspiration celebration this evening. All of these members truly echo the sentiments and the credo of Pramukh Swami Maharaj, in the joy of others lies our own. Let us all join our hands in a round of applause for all of our invited guests who have been present here this evening. Thank you.
Rejoining our story, we're moving on from one insightful scenario to another on the importance of service to society. Remember, a community is not just a place, it's people, it's all of us supporting each other. We saw our protagonists realizing how vital it is to stand by their community. Now, in the next scene, we're delving into civic duty. Among many priorities in life, it's important to remember that voting shapes our nation. It's an essential responsibility. Let's keep that in mind. All of our stories connect, and so do our responsibilities. Through these stories, we're united, building a brighter future for our communities and nation. So let's step back with the spirit of community service and civic duty guiding us.
ઓહો આટલી મોટી લાઈન આ બધા હમણાં જ નવરા પડ્યા લાગે છે.
Of course. I think they have been standing in line since 7 a.m. People are really turning out this year.
યસ ચલ ઘરે પાછા જઈએ.
Dad, no. How could you turn back and not vote? People like me who can't vote yet are so jealous of people like you. I missed the voting age by a week. This is important.
Today's IPL match. It's very important too. If Gujarat Titans lose today, we are out of the tournament. ચલો ઘરે બેસીને આરામથી જોઈશું. અરે આ તો ખાલી પ્રાઇમરી ઇલેક્શન છે. ખરો ખેલ તો નવેમ્બરમાં રમાશે. ત્યારે વોટ આપીશું ને.
No, cricket is not as important as who represents you. Shubham Gill does not set your tax bracket, and Hardik Pandya doesn't decide how to fund Ba's Medicare. Your elected representative does.
જો યસ લાઈન થોડી નાની હોત ને તો 100% વોટ આપત.
Then you should have mailed in a mail-in ballot.
હો એ તો ચા થોડી ઢળી ગઈ હતી ને, અને ટુવાલ બધા ધોવામાં હતા એટલે ટેબલ થોડું એનાથી લૂછી દીધું.
Dad, why did our family come to America in the first place? In search of a better future, right? We wanted to work hard, enjoy the fruits of our labor, and live a more comfortable and rewarding life. Well, in order to help sustain this pursuit for our family and loved ones, and more importantly, for generations to come, we must perform our civic duties. We are citizens of this country, and it's our duty to do our part in making this country a success for all.
હા બેટા, આ દેશના નાગરિક બનવું અઘરું હતું, અને અહીં આવવાનું તો એનાથી અઘરું હતું, પણ એ બધું આપણા ફેમિલી માટે, આપણે સારું જીવન જીવી શકીએ તેના માટે. મારા સિટીઝનશીપનો ઇન્ટરવ્યૂ આવ્યો તે મને હજી યાદ છે. હું કેટલો બધો ઉત્સાહમાં હતો. આ સરકારની ત્રણેય બ્રાન્ચોની ફરજો અને ખરડો કેવી રીતે કાયદો બને તે શીખવામાં ગાળેલી રાતોનું એ પરિણામ હતું. યસ, મને મારી ફરજોની ખબર છે, પણ તું મારો દ્રષ્ટિકોણ તો સમજ. આટલી મોટી લાઈનમાં ઊભા રહેવું એના કરતાં સ્ટોરમાં રહી આપણને વધારે ફાયદો થાય. અહીંયા આપવાનું તો અડધો જ જંગ હતો. જે કંઈ છે તેના માટે મહેનત કરી છે એટલે કરી શક્યા.
Yeah, Dad, I get that we're doing great, and I'm grateful for all the effort you and Mom have put in. But what made all this even possible? A bunch of people said, I want society to be like this. Public schools, paved roads, tax breaks for business owners, even the freedom to be Hindu and build mandirs like the ones we have in Long Island, DC, Boston, Edison, and Robbinsville. And they voted for people who had similar values so their government could meet their needs. Isn't it our duty to do the same?
સ્વામી બાપા, એક પ્રશ્ન છે. અમે કયા ભાવથી આ દેશના લોકતંત્રની સેવા કરી શકીએ?
આપણે જે દેશના લોકતંત્રનો લાભ લઈએ છીએ તેની સેવા કરવી એ આપણી ફરજ છે.
થેન્ક યુ સ્વામી બાપા.
નું પાલન કરવું કહેવાય. જે દેશમાં પોતે રહેતા હોય તે દેશના પ્રશાસનને સંમત નિયમોનું સર્વ રીતે પાલન કરવું.
હા, તો યશ, હું જરૂર વોટ આપીશ અને એક મારા નાગરિક તરીકેની ફરજ બજાવીશ. ક્યુ સ્વામી બાપા.
ઓ યશ, આ વળી કઈ નવી ફ્લેવર લાવ્યો?
It's a seasonal special, Dad. Baseball nut ice cream is only available in the summer.
સ્પીકિંગ ઓફ નટ્સ, અને આ જો પેલા કોમ્યુનિટી ક્લીનઅપ ઓર્ગેનાઇઝર આવી ગયા. એક કામ કર, તું ક્યાંય જોતો નહીં, એમની સામે પણ ના જોતો, આપણે બંને નીચે જોઈને જતા રહીએ.
Good morning, folks. My name is Suraj, and I'm a community organizer who helps take care of this park. Can I have 2 minutes of your time today?
Sure.
No. I mean, no English.
मैं आपके साथ हिंदी में भी बात कर सकता हूँ.
I mean, no English is fine.
Okay, great. I wanted to ask you if you would be willing to help us out for however long you're available on Saturday. We are organizing our monthly park cleanup, and it will be wonderful to have you join us.
આ ક્યાં ભટકાઈ ગયો?
Can we please go, Dad? It would be really nice for us to help clean up the park. And you're going to the park anyway at 11 a.m. that day because of your cricket match.
Oh, you play for the Fafra Jalebi Cricket League? What team?
The Vada Pav Vikings. અલ્યા ગુજરાતીમાં બોલને.
હું ગુજરાતી પણ સમજુ છું. Our cleanup starts at 9 a.m. So if you're up for it, we could definitely use your help from like 9 to 11. What do you say?
Thanks, Suraj. You see, I would love to come, but I have an important meeting at 9 a.m. for my volunteer work. I am a community leader at our mandir. I just have too many commitments.
No worries, Uncle. We meet every Saturday.
Oh, how about Saturday, the 5th August?
That's great.
That's too bad. My son is moving to his new school and I have to take him. Otherwise, the 5th would have been perfect.
School starts September 5th, Dad. He'll be there.
મારો સિક્કો જ ખોટો છે. I don't like this. આવી રીતે આ ગિલ્ટ કરાવી અને મારી જોડે પૈસા અને ટાઈમનું સેક્રિફાઈસ કરાવે. એ કલાકો સુધી આ વોટિંગની લાઈનમાં ઊભો રહ્યો અને વોટિંગ કર્યું. આ ફાયર ફાઇટરને પણ ડોનેશન આપ્યું. અને જોને અમારા આઈસ્ક્રીમ પર ઓગળવા માંડ્યો. અને સેટરડે એ મારો ક્રિકેટનો ટાઈમ છે. અને આ પાર્કમાં બીજું કોઈ ના ભટકાણું, હું જ દેખાણો એને. આઈ અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડ કે મારા બાળકો આ પાર્કમાં રમીને મોટા થયા છે. એન્ડ આઈ નો વી હેવ ટુ ક્લીન અવર કમ્યુનિટી. અને ભાઈ હું એનો ટેક્સ ભરું છું. એ મારું પોતાનું કેરિયર છે. અને મંદિરમાં પણ મારી કેટલી બધી જવાબદારી છે. અને બીજાએ કરેલી મેસ એને સાફ કરવાની પ્રાયોરિટી મારી નથી. આ ગયા અઠવાડિયે હું એડમિન મિટિંગમાં મોડો પડ્યો અને હું જોયા વિના ચાલતો હતો અને જમવાની લાઈનમાં ઊભા રહેલા એક કાર્યકર સાથે અથડાણો અને બધું નીચે પડ્યું અને બધી ગંદકી થઈ. મારે સાફ કરવા મદદ કરવી હતી પણ મારે આ મિટિંગમાં જવાનું હતું. અને એ જ વખતે નારાયણ કાકા, હા નારાયણ કાકા, પેલા હાઉસકીપિંગના કાર્યકર જે દરેક મંદિરમાં હોય જ, એકદમ પેપર ટોવેલ લઈ અને કૂદ્યા અને મને ત્યાંથી જવાનું કહ્યું. એ કહે, તમારે તો અત્યારે એડમિન મિટિંગ નથી, બધા પહોંચી ગયા છે, જાઓ તમારી રાહ જોતા હશે. એમણે મને કશું સાફ કરવા ના દીધું. એ મોપ લેવા દોડ્યા અને હું એડમિન મિટિંગમાં. આપણું મંદિર, આપણો સમુદાય અને સાચું કહું તો આખી દુનિયા નારાયણ કાકા જેવા ઉપર આધાર રાખે છે. કદાચ સ્વામી બાપા પણ મને કહી રહ્યા છે કે મારે નારાયણ કાકા જેવા બનવું જોઈએ. હું આ પાર્કમાં ક્રિકેટ રમું છું અને આ યશ એ પણ આ પાર્કમાં રમી રમીને મોટો થયો છે. અરે આ પરાસભાની પિકનિક, આ બર્થડે પાર્ટી બધું આ પાર્કમાં તો થાય છે. અને આ શનિવારે મારી ક્રિકેટ મેચ પણ છે. અરે યાર, તો પછી આ ક્લીનઅપમાં મારે મદદ કરવી જોઈએ. હું 100% કરીશ.
મંદિરમાં કોઈ નાની મોટી સેવા કરવાની હોય કે સંતો હરિભક્તોની સેવા કરવાની હોય તો, અને મંદિરની બહાર સમાજની પણ કોઈ સેવા કરવાની હોય તો આ સેવા ઉત્સાહથી થઈ શકે તેના માટે અમારે કેવી સમજણ રાખવી જોઈએ?
આપણે મોટા પુરુષ સામે દ્રષ્ટિ રાખવી તે આપણા માટે આદર્શ છે. પ્રમુખ સ્વામી મહારાજે એમની 51મી જન્મ જયંતિએ જાતે દાંતણ ઉપાડ્યા હતા. કોઈ એમને કહ્યું નહોતું, છતાં પણ જાતે બાથરૂમ સાફ કર્યા હતા. જે દિવસે શાસ્ત્રીજી મહારાજે એમને પ્રમુખ બનાવ્યા, કેટલી મોટી પદવી, બધા આમ તેમ ફરે, પણ સ્વામી જે દિવસ શાસ્ત્રી મહારાજે એમને પ્રમુખ બનાવ્યા તે દિવસે સાંજે એમણે વાસણ ધોયા હતા. આપણું મંદિર આપણું ઘર છે અને આપણો દેશ તે આપણું જ ઘર જ છે. એટલે દેશની સેવા કરવી.
થેન્ક યુ સ્વામી બાપા. સૂરજ, મારું નામ લખી દેજે, હું આવતા શનિવારે પાર્કમાં આવીશ. મારે રાઈટ
યશ, ક્યાં છે બેટા? ચલો, ટાઈમ થઈ ગયો.
Yeah, Dad, I'll be right there. Okay, Dad, I'm ready. But can we wait a few minutes until they mount the tapestry?
I don't know if we have time.
Please? They worked really hard on it, and I would love to see them put it up. It's almost done.
આ બધું ઠીક છે બેટા, પણ is it really important?
Yeah, Dad. I want to be a teacher and continue helping under-resourced kids by pursuing a career in education. I'm passionate about it. I think it's gratifying to see someone learn. My teachers have made a big impact on me, and I want to pay it forward. Just look at Mom. Her work is so inspiring. And you too, Dad. You have been one of my best teachers. You have shown me how important it is to be willing to adapt and learn new things at any stage of your life. You have grown so much in just the past few weeks.
મને બહુ ગમ્યું કે તને છોકરાઓને ભણાવવું છે. આઈ કેન સી કે તને ખરેખર ભણાવવું બહુ ગમે છે. અને તું મંદિરમાં બાળ કાર્યકર હતો ત્યાંથી જ તારામાં લોકોને મદદ કરવાની ઈચ્છા હતી.
પણ શું પપ્પા?
યસ, લેટ મી ટેલ યુ સમથિંગ. આ મારા જીવનની સૌથી પ્રાઉડેસ્ટ મોમેન્ટ છે. જે સંસ્કાર અમે તને આપ્યા, જે તું મંદિરમાંથી શીખ્યો, જે પ્રમુખ સ્વામી મહારાજ અને મહંત સ્વામી મહારાજના પ્રસંગોમાંથી શીખ્યો, એ બધા આજે ફળ્યા. આ જરૂરિયાત લોકોની સેવા કરવાનો તારો ઉત્સાહ જોઈ મને આનંદ થયો. પણ મને કંઈક અટકાવે છે. સાચું કહું, હું જ્યારે અમેરિકા આવ્યો ત્યારે $50 લઈને આવ્યો હતો. અને અત્યારે આપણે જ્યાં છીએ એ પહોંચવા માટે મેં અને તારી મમ્મીએ સખત મહેનત કરી છે. આ બીજાની મોટલોમાં, સ્ટોરોમાં, ગેસ સ્ટેશનોમાં દિવસ રાત જોયા વગર કામ કર્યું છે અને આપણે અહીં પહોંચ્યા છીએ. તારે આ બધું ના કરવું પડે એ માટે. મને એવું હતું કે તું ડૉક્ટર, લોયર, એન્જિનિયર કે એકાઉન્ટન્ટ બને. એવું કંઈક કે જેમાંથી તું સહેલાઈથી સારું કમાઈ શકે. મને ચિંતા એ વાતની છે કે આ શિક્ષક બની તને કોણ ઓળખશે, કોણ માન આપશે, આ તારા સંઘર્ષ સામે કોણ જોશે?
સાંઈ બાપા, સ્વામી બાપા, અમને એક મૂંઝવણ થાય છે કે અમે આ બધું કરીએ પણ કોણ જોવે છે? મારો દીકરો જે કારકિર્દી પસંદ કરે તો એ ગમે તેટલી મહેનત કરે તો એને કોણ ઓળખશે? એ વાતની મને ચિંતા રહે છે. તો અમે શું સમજણ રાખીએ?
સમાજની સેવા કરે છે તેની સેવા ભગવાન સુધી પહોંચે છે. ભગવાન સ્વીકારે છે. સેવા માન માટે ન કરવી. જે બધું થાય છે પણ ભગવાન અને સંતને રાજી કરવા સેવા કરવા. જે કારકિર્દી પસંદ કરો, whatever you may choose, teacher, lawyer, જે કારકિર્દી પસંદ કરો તેમાં રહીને સમાજની સેવા કરી શકાય. શિક્ષક બનીએ, ડૉક્ટર બનીએ કે એન્જિનિયર બનીએ, તે બનીને પણ સમાજની સેવા થાય જ છે. સારા શિક્ષક, સારા ડૉક્ટર બનીએ તો એ સમાજની સેવા જ છે. સારા શિક્ષક બને, સારા ડૉક્ટર બનીએ તો કેટલાને સારા ડૉક્ટર, એમને નહીં પણ સારા ડૉક્ટર બનીએ તો સમાજની સેવા જ છે.
આપનો ખૂબ ખૂબ આભાર.
સ્વામી બાપા, અમને જીવનમાં સારા કાર્ય કરવા છે અને આ દેશના સારા નાગરિક બનવા છે, પણ અમને રિસોર્સિસ, ટાઈમ અને ઈગો નડે છે. It's hard for us to prioritize the community's progress over our own. પણ બાપા, આપના જીવન અને માર્ગદર્શન દ્વારા આપે અમને બતાવ્યું છે કે અમે પણ સેવામાં એ જીવન જીવી શકીએ છીએ. થેન્ક Thank you, Bapa, for showing us how to live a life of service.
Thank you, Swami Baba.
Swami Bapa, we are deeply grateful for the blessings that you have bestowed upon us. Your presence and guidance today has not only uplifted our spirits, but has also crafted beautiful moments that will remain etched in our memories forever. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, attendees, this tapestry or chadar that is being shown to Swami Shri, this tapestry or chadar that is being shown to Swami Shri is a beautiful tapestry of dedication and devotion woven by the hands of our very own Balikas, Kishoris, Yuvatis, and Premvatis. સ્વામી બાપા, આ બધા હરિભક્તો જે આપની સમક્ષ દર્શને આવ્યા છે તે સર્વે સમાજ અને લોકસેવક છે. એ સર્વે ઉપર આપની દ્રષ્ટિ રહે અને કૃપાશીષ વરસે એવા આશીર્વાદ લેવા પધાર્યા છે. Those who grace this stage now are not just actors. They are the embodiment of selflessness. They are all volunteers. They are tireless military personnel, first responders, fundraisers, police officers, and firemen. They are all dedicated public servants. If we ever questioned whether our service would be recognized, today we witness that Mahant Swami Maharaj not only sees but eternally acknowledges our efforts. Swami, we are seeking blessings that we all may draw inspiration from these individuals to contribute positively to society and serve our nation to its utmost. From today onwards, let us commit to serving others in our homes, our temples, our communities, and our nation. This is our duty to attain the grace of God and the blessings of Guru Hari Mahant Swami Maharaj. For those who have been diligently serving, even if it seems like the world doesn't recognize us and your efforts, know that Bhagwan Swaminarayan and Guru Hari Mahant Swami Maharaj most absolutely do. Jai Swaminarayan.
શ્રી સ્વામિનારાયણ ભગવાનની માય કન્ટ્રી માય ડ્યુટી. એક જાગૃત અને આદર્શ નાગરિક તરીકે દેશ પ્રત્યેની આપણી ફરજોને કેવી રીતે અને કેવી સમજણથી નિભાવવી જોઈએ એની અદ્ભુત રજૂઆતો આપણે સૌએ નિહાળી. વિશેષમાં પરમ પૂજ્ય સ્વામીશ્રીએ પણ પોતાના આશીર્વચન દ્વારા આપણને આ વાતોને વિશેષ રીતે ઢળાવી છે. આપણે પરમ પૂજ્ય સ્વામીશ્રીના ખૂબ ખૂબ આભારી છીએ. હવે આપણે પરમ પૂજ્ય સ્વામીશ્રીને વિનંતી કરીએ કે પોતાના નિવાસ સ્થાને પધારે. આપણે સૌ બેઠા બેઠા હાથ જોડી સ્વામીશ્રીને આપણે દર્શન સુખ માણીશું.
you.